And we're recording. Welcome, everybody. It's been ages since we have uploaded a video on the Barcelona's YouTube channel. But thank you all for 1,200 subscribers. Firstly, it's a big milestone. And secondly, this is a video for all Barca fans to be prepared for the upcoming transfer window because, boy, believe me when I tell you, we are going to have a lot of movement. We have with us, obviously, today the Fabrizio Romano of Barca Buzz, the great Rishabh, the main admin, the main man of the Twitter page. Rishabh, say hello.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
Yeah, so he will be taking us through all the transfer. And trust me when I say, if there is any news about a transfer, this man knows about it. And of course, with us, we have our OG, Pulkit. So, Pulkit,
Uh,
say hi. It's been a long
hey guys,
time, right?
it's been a while, hasn't it, Satme?
Yeah,
I mean, our watch alongs and stuff, no matches, transfer window, although like spicy, but when the season is there, when the games are there, it's a different feeling. So
yeah,
yeah,
I
exactly.
I guess the last time I appeared was in before the January transfer window started.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Exactly. And we haven't uploaded that many videos since then either. So
We have.
apologies, guys, but we expect some new segments, some new kinds of videos, especially. I'm not gonna spoil it right now, but you guys will see. We'll try to make more frequent content, and some collabs are also coming. So I guess we should just hop right into it. This is how we're gonna cover today's session. We are gonna talk about defense, midfield, and attack. The goalkeeping scene will be covered in the defense segment itself because it's not big enough for dedicated segments. So we're going to start with the defense transfers. First, we're going to talk about the outgoing defenders, and then we're going to talk about the incoming. So we're here. We'll start talking about defense. So Rishabh, who are we looking at, both defense and goalkeeping wise? Let's start with goalkeeping. Who is going out? Who is coming in? What's the scene looking like?
See, first of all, we start with the obvious thing, and that is that Xavi likes Ter Stegen a lot, and so apart from a big change, a massive change, Ter Stegen will definitely stay next season. And now talking about the backup for him, Neto will most probably leave, and but the problem with Neto is obviously the salary which he earns, and no other club can afford it. And I read somewhere that even Ederson Moraes, who is the starting goalkeeper for Manchester City, earns more than Neto.
Yeah,
And if
it's
Neto
insane.
leaves, the favorite as of now to take his place is Iñaki Peña. He spent half a season on loan at Galatasaray, and he did quite well
Yeah,
for
he's
half
pretty
a
good.
till
Yeah.
like mid-April or something. And after that, Fernando Muslera, who is the starting goalkeeper, returned, and since then Iñaki didn't play much. And other options are also there on the table. Like one of them is Luis Maximiano of Granada, and Granada obviously they got relegated, so I don't think Maximiano would cost a lot. And even that,
Maximiano,
yeah,
but there's a lot of hype around him on Twitter. Does he live up to it? What's your opinion? Is he worth the hype?
I I definitely think so. He made the most saves in La Liga last season,
Yeah, yeah,
and he's quite decent with the ball at his feet too.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I think
Exactly.
we drew
And
with Granada, didn't we? The last game of the league, last match day, we drew with Granada, no, the away match, our
That was
last away.
Getafe.
But
yeah,
that was
that was
Getafe. Okay,
Getafe. Yeah.
yeah,
Either
yeah.
way, yeah, Maximiano definitely worth the hype, and he won't cost much. Hopefully, we
Yeah.
can convince him to go a little bit easy on the wages as well. And he's going to be a brilliant addition to the team. Brilliant. And so, what else, Rishabh, about the goalkeeping scene? Pena. Also,
Uh,
speaking of Pena,
I
sorry to interrupt you. Inaki Pena has had a terrific season. If you guys want to check out highlights, we do have a video on our YouTube channel. Feel free to check that out. And back to you, Rishabh. You were saying?
I personally think Barcelona won't be able to invest much in a goalkeeper this summer. So
Because
they'll
that's not a
either,
priority. The
yeah, it's not
priority.
a priority, especially because we are signing a backup and not a starter.
Yeah, yeah. I think, and you
So
remember the Galatasaray game against
also Neto's departure won't be that easy, especially because of the wages
Pages.
he's earning. If he also has wanted to leave since the last two or three transfer windows, but it
Yeah.
has not been
He's
possible.
not,
There
yeah,
have been
he's
some links
not
to
accepting.
Villarreal and all, but
Yeah,
nothing has
yeah.
materialized yet.
He's not accepting a lower wage. That's why he can't
Hmm.
leave. How is that?
Also, this
And
guy, this Rayo Vallecano goalkeeper, Stol Dimitrievski, he told in an interview
uh,
recently that he had everything agreed to join Barcelona, but Neto
Yeah,
didn't agree to leave due to his wages, and so Dimitrescu didn't arrive.
yeah, you're right.
If Neto accepts a wage cut, I see him leaving.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I think you remember Inyaki's performance at the Camp Nou against Barcelona when he was with Caritas, right? That's
Yes,
the
I
amount
do.
that he made. Yeah, and it was it. I think it ended 0-0, no?
Yeah,
And so yeah, like he really showed that he's worthy of being a first team goalkeeper. So I think that will be the case. Now I think we should move on to defense, Sagnik, and I think there's a lot of movement, especially at the back.
Yeah.
We Serginho Dest potentially leaving, but his agent came out like a few weeks back and saying that he'll stay at the club, and Danny Alves is little bit
I don't
there.
know what's happening with Danny Alves. I see
Yeah, yeah,
different
it was
reports
like
about him
back and
every day.
forth. Yeah, like new side
He's
of
gonna
news
be
like
playing in the World Cup as well, right, for Brazil?
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
if he wants
definitely.
to play for
And he was
Brazil, he
captaining
has to.
Brazil last week.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah.
insane. People
I
talk a
think
lot about Zlatan and Cristiano, but Dani Alves underrated. In my opinion, greatest right back of all time. But
definitely,
yeah,
definitely. I think
Definitely,
also
only that Brazil, Cafu comes close to him. No one else.
yeah, yeah, you're right.
yeah,
I don't think what's happening with his contract. Sometimes we hear like he's going to stay. Sometimes we hear he's going to leave. I think with Roberto also renewing yesterday, and we're probably going to sign Aspi as well. He might leave then because we have Dest as well. So this will be like three right backs
Hmm.
already if we do sign Aspi. So I think he will leave, and if he wants to play for the World Cup, he might go to a Brazilian club or something like that because he needs game time and match sharpness as well. So that'll be the case. Rishabh, what's happening with Longley, man?
yeah, Rishabh,
Longley,
what
he'll leave on
outgoing?
loan. That's my opinion.
Okay,
That's
He'll leave on
Longley.
loan.
We're looking at a Longley move on loan. And what about other outgoing? Any other outgoings we have in mind?
See, we have many of them in the defense. First, we start with Danny Alves only. I personally think that Danny Alves will sign a contract renewal for 6 months only until December, and then we'll see what happens. If he lives up to the expectations, then he might stay until the end of the season, or he'll leave in December. And also, we are waiting for Aspilicueta situation to be resolved to definitely design what's the plan with Alves. I think so. And then we come on to the other right back in the squad, Serginho Dest. Although some reports are there, pretty reliable ones too, that Barcelona have informed him that he'll stay next season. I do think that if a good enough offer comes in, Barcelona will value it like what 30 millions or something.
Maybe use him in
And
a swap deal, no, like for some player or
but
something.
but for who? Definitely,
Like
we
see,
won't swap Dest for Aspilicueta and Alonso.
no. Like if we go for Kunde, although he's like Chelsea and stuff, or maybe
Hmm.
I don't know for Raphinha or something, we could use. But I don't think he'll go to Leeds.
I don't
He'll
think
go,
Dest would agree to move to Leeds United.
like a non-Champions League club. But there's
Hmm.
Jesse Marsh is there. He's a
Not even
US.
non-Champions League. They finished 17th in Premier League. That's certainly
I mean,
not that.
I
They
get it.
clutched the relegation zone.
Yeah. But I think Jesse Marsh is a US coach. No, like US
Hmm.
might
Also,
influence him.
they
Like,
signed a new right back, no? That Danish right back, Rasmus
oh yeah,
Christensen.
that
Yeah, I
one
don't
that.
think that this will be an
speaking of
option for them.
speaking of Danish right backs, let's talk about Danish Longley. Andres Christensen. How far
He
along is the
played
deal?
pretty well yesterday. He played pretty well yesterday.
Yeah. And he's almost done to Barca. We're expecting
No, the deal is signed already with the player, but we are waiting to announce him as there is no room in the squad to register him. As soon as we get the room, that signing will be announced. It's already signed and
Same
sealed.
with Kessie also, right? From
Yeah,
Kessie.
same with Kessie also.
yeah, so what about other center backs? We talked about the outgoings. Let's talk about the incomings. Number one, we
So
have
we
Christensen.
are still left with some of them, like the options for Longley and maybe Umtiti too. We can talk about him.
I think Mingueza also will leave,
Yeah,
no?
Mengueza also. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
See
He can be sold actually.
Longley, we have heard rumors about Tottenham Hotspur and Juventus,
Yeah,
and recently even Porto. And
yeah, Porto,
recently,
yes.
this UEFA or FIFA, someone has given this rule. The new regulation has come in that no loan shall be longer than 1 year. So
Yeah.
Longley, he might either leave on a loan for 1 year, or there might be some variables that could extend it for another season, like what happened with Kulusevski at Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
And then coming on to Samuel Umtiti, I do think he'll leave on loan. Or with that freedom of letter, as they say, very low transfer fee or almost free, like what happened with Ivan Rakitic, Arturo Vidal, and those guys.
Yeah, Umtiti
And
must leave. Did he take a
Umtiti
cut?
will leave. He
Yeah,
even took a massive wage cut, like
yeah.
that even allowed us
It
to
just
register
spread
Ferran
out.
Torres
Yeah,
in January.
yeah, exactly.
But he'll leave. He'll leave.
Yeah, I want him out of my
And
club.
then
I've
also,
given him enough chances.
yeah, also he has played only one La Liga game this season and then got injured again, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
it.
it's
Funny, man.
hilarious. Speaking
So
of,
It's
most probably he'll go to the French league, like Nice. I heard some rumors, but they were not that reliable to talk about.
yeah, and what
Let's see.
about
Let's see.
Roberto? I don't see him actually playing for the club. Will he go on loan to like some club like Celta Vigo or something? What will happen with Roberto?
Sergio Roberto.
Yeah, Sergio Roberto.
Sergio Roberto will stay at the club as a squad player. That's why he
Do you
renewed his
see
And
him
contract for
even
another
I,
season.
getting game time? I don't see him
Yeah,
getting
he'll
game
he
time.
will. He will.
Well,
And another centre back is left, and that's Oscar Mingueza. And we heard from in the media pretty reliable Fernando Polo. He said that Mingueza, he thanked Xavi for everything he has done, and also told the coach that he didn't live up to the expectations and has agreed to leave. So
now
I
this is
guess
respect. This
that
is
is
called
respect.
respect.
That is professionalism and
That
respect.
is what players should do, man. Yeah. And this is after he played so well against Getafe, the last away match.
yeah, and
Remember?
he's lightning fast as well.
Yeah.
He
I
And
played
did
really
know
well
that.
versus Getafe.
Played him.
what about left back, Rishabh? There's no one we've been linked with, of course,
Alonso.
apart from Alonso, which is of course no one wants him at the
Hmm.
club.
Yeah,
See, the
Then
he's
problem with the left back is that Barcelona we know, almost everyone knows, apart from the agenda people, that Jordi Alba will definitely not be benched by the players who we are linked with. Whether
definitely
it be Jose Gaya or Javi
Grimaldo.
Galan, whoever it be, they can't bench Jordi Alba.
yeah,
That's for
he's
sure.
easily top 3, top 5 left backs in the world right now.
And
Yeah.
I would.
and and then after that, Barcelona. I can understand why Barcelona are going for someone like Marcos Alonso, because he'll be a very low cost option, and Barcelona certainly have other priorities than spend heavily on a
Definitely,
left back. And
definitely.
that too, a
What
left
about
back would be a left only be a backup option, not a starter.
yeah? And what about Koulibaly? Because he's not going to renew his contract with Napoli. It seems.
I
Um,
think Koulibaly will after the international break ends.
Okay, a little bit of a network. Hey,
Ah,
and
Rishabh.
so we are
Rishabh,
talking
let
about
me
Khalid
ask you this
Koulibaly, right?
again. Let me ask you this again. We'll move from there. So, what about Koulibaly, Rishabh? Because it seems that he's not going to renew with Napoli. So, what's the
Yeah,
situation with
currently
Koulibaly?
he's out with the Senegalese national team, and he'll meet with Napoli once he returns after the international break. And the feelings are that he'll definitely not renew, as Napoli want like 30 or 35 or 40 million, something like that. And Barcelona's situation depends on what kind of salary cap we have, what kind of sales we can make.
Yeah.
And Koulibaly is definitely an option. Xavi wants him.
Yeah,
We'll
and
see
I
how it
think it's
evolves.
gonna be a worthy investment. His wages. How
Yeah,
much
definitely.
does he
Like
earn at
people
Napoli?
say that Koulibaly is 30 years old and stuff like that, but 30 is nothing. It's a nothing age
I'm
for a
one of
centre
those
back.
people. I'm one of those people very strongly who believes
No, but he's
that
world
He can
class.
see. Koulibaly can definitely give at least 4 or 5 very good years now.
Yeah,
And
and
Also, Rishabh,
you
one
can
question.
take an example of Thiago Silva. How good
Yeah,
he did at Chelsea in his first season. He was like
definitely.
36 or 37 years old at that time,
Like
and
one
Koulibaly is
question,
only 30
which is I think under the radar. Do you think PK will retire like now or like after this season?
after this season. In 2023, I think PK will retire. Busquets and Alba will go to MLS.
Given what had has recently happened in his personal life, do you think he'll retire now?
No, I don't think so. He'll
I
give
think
another
he'll
season.
come back stronger, because usually when we
Yeah,
guys have breakups,
Um,
we spend more time in the gym. So I
yeah,
think he's gonna get even better.
yeah, you're right, you're right.
Yeah,
Let's
the
move on to
fire
midfield,
within
shall we?
him.
Yeah. We're done
Are
with.
are we done with defense? Did we mention
Yeah,
everybody?
yeah,
I think
yeah.
we
Yeah, we
did.
talked about the left backs, the center backs, the right
Yeah.
backs,
And
everyone
what
done.
about the Grimaldo rumors? They have died down, right?
Yeah. Since like for almost months now, we haven't heard
Yeah.
anything about
I think
Grimaldo.
Yeah.
Jose Gaya, Javi Galan, Grimaldo, all have died down. And the funny thing is, Sagnik and Rishabh, did you know, Jose Gaya and Grimaldo will be out of contract next season, but they haven't
Yeah.
still renewed. So maybe they're looking for a transfer elsewhere. Let's see what happens there.
What about
Ah,
But
Balde?
I like this German guy of maybe he plays for in the Bundesliga online forgetting his club, maybe Hoffenheim or somewhere.
I think
David
Hoffenheim,
Rom.
right, you're right. Hoffenheim it is.
Yeah, I like that guy. Also, this Sosa is also a good option,
Yeah,
but I
and
Sosa,
what
guess
about
Sosa,
Balde?
yeah,
What's gonna happen with him?
I think
Sosa
a lot
has
of
a
clubs are in the
25 million
running.
release clause with Stuttgart, and that's what makes the deal a bit complicated for Barcelona. We definitely don't be able to spend 25 millions on a left back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shall
and
we
what
move on
about
to midfield?
Eric Balde? What about him?
Balde is seen as a left back for the future, and currently, I guess Barcelona want to try him out on loan. And last season, was a bit difficult for him. He struggled with many injury
Yeah.
issues, and then getting in and out of the Barca B team. And it was not easy for him last season. Maybe next season he should be able to do better. He's only like
Yeah.
what 18 years old right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. And now
He
we
can
move
bench
on.
Alonso like very easily. We all know that. He will bench Alonso.
Yeah, that's not hard to be honest.
See,
Now
even
we're
you look at the Spanish national team, Marcos Alonso, there also is acting as the backup for Jordi Alba. Even Luis Enrique prefers Alonso over other left backs for Spain. They have quite a
I think
few.
Alonso and Marcos Llorente also sometimes play as a left back, doesn't he?
No, Llorente sometimes plays as a right back, not as a left back.
Right back. Okay,
yeah,
understood.
Lorente is a right back. So he's like Sergio Roberto but better. Both center mid
Yeah.
and right back. So
So
guys,
shall we move on to the middle of the park
yep,
then?
we have moved on to the
Uh,
midfield. The background has suggested that to the viewers. And now we're gonna talk about the outgoing. Rishabh, we're
elephant
looking
in
at
the room. But
yeah, the elephant in the room. Most people are against it, but I don't see what the problem with it is. Frenkie De Jong to Manchester United. Rishabh, let's talk about it. How much are we looking at? The figures. Frenkie De Jong, of course, a superstar player. What are we looking at financially?
Financially, something around 80 millions plus some variables. That's what Barcelona want. And
Yeah, I
we
United
think
say
it's
rejected the
fair.
first bid, didn't we? The first bid was 60 plus 10 or
60
something.
millions plus 10, yeah.
Yeah, we
And
rejected
that
that.
was rejected by
Right?
Barcelona. And United are expected to return with a better bid now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Ten Hag definitely wants Frankie, and he
See,
can
but
serve.
I personally think that De Jong's sale is more due to sporting reasons than economic. That's
Yeah,
my personal view.
definitely.
Ah,
Yeah,
that
See,
look,
De
pivot
Jong has
thing, no,
been at
that double
Barcelona for
pivot
3
thing.
years now,
Yeah.
yeah,
and
he hasn't been
his
that
value has only
superstar.
gone down.
Yeah, he
His value
was.
has only gone down.
Yeah, we were promised
Like,
the best midfielder in the world,
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne region, but he's far
I
from
think
it.
Sagnik it's too harsh also because I think Xavi prefers like an interior come double pivot kind of thing, which De Jong isn't. Right.
Yeah,
De
and
Jong
to be fair on De
and
Jong as well, in the
yeah.
time period he was in the
yeah,
club,
it
we
has
weren't
not been easy
stable.
for him as well.
Yeah,
He has played like under four coaches now.
yep,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
only one of them were good, if I'm being completely honest. Only one good manager, and he has impressed a little bit under Xavi, but nothing to justify his
The problem
insane
with De
price
Jong
point.
has been his inconsistency. Like two very good
Yeah.
games, again three very bad games, two average games, again two very good games, again two average games, one bad game. That has been De Jong's career at Barcelona in
You're
3
right.
Yeah,
years.
You're right.
and his
I think because
playing style is pretty complicated if we think about it. It is
yeah.
hard to incorporate him into a squad,
Yeah.
contrary to building a squad around him, which I think Ten
Yeah.
Hag will do. That he will
Yeah.
build a squad revolving around Frenkie de Jong. And I think he can live up to the potential in Manchester United under a manager like Ten Hag.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
the system which Manchester United play with, like he'll have Fred or McTominay with him. He'll be the leader there, and he'll certainly do well. I'll wish
There'll
him
be
all
like
the
a
best. Obviously, he was one
like
of my favorite players right from his Ajax days. Was very hyped for him when he arrived at Barca, but sadly, it is what
definitely.
it
I think
is.
so, like maybe it could be Van der Beek plus De Jong also because I think Van der Beek will return to United? No, from loan.
I don't think Van de Beek. Oh, now Ten Hag is there now, so Van de Beek will
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Now
definitely
that's
there
there's
too.
Ten
right.
Hag.
Van de Beek, right. So
Ole
at
used to
Ajax, it
hate
was
him.
Van de Beek and De Jong. No, as a double pivot. When the team that beat Juve and Real Madrid in the UCL
No, no, no,
back
no,
in.
no. Van de Beek used to play as a more attacking
Attacking
midfielder, and De Jong
midfielder.
has
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
had last a Shona with him, no? Shona with
yeah.
okay.
was with him.
All right. So for De Jong and the I think let's move to the incomings because I don't think anyone else is
So
going.
we
So
have to talk about De Jong more.
okay,
Yeah,
all
I
right.
think so.
Go on, man. Go on.
See,
Yeah,
also, there is a rumor that when De Jong extended his contract with Barcelona until 2026, there was a base salary till 2022 as like 10 or 12 millions, and next season his salaries will increase a lot, and that's Bartomeu
Yeah.
for you. And we can't blame De Jong for that. That's certainly up to the board, which handed
Masterclass
out
of
him that contract.
Bartomeu. Yeah,
yeah,
Sagnik, any thoughts on the financial aspect of the situation, Sagnik?
yeah.
Also, see. I think Xavi wants his midfielders, the interior, to be more creative. Like we even saw Pedri's numbers in creativity increase a lot under Xavi, and that's what De Jong lacks.
His
De Jong is a
shooting,
great
by
ball
the way.
player. He has very good characteristics, but De Jong's final ball is something which he certainly needs to work on, and that's what his
Sag,
characters. That's the only characteristic which makes him not a Xavi type of interior.
Yeah,
yeah.
and look at
Sag,
Pedri, by the way. He's turning into a complete player. Like his shooting, have you seen? He had two goals. Well, one of them was ruled towards Aubameyang because he had the final touch, but we all know it was technically Pedri's goal. Both his
yeah.
goals, phenomenal, out of nowhere. Better than a forward like Dembele, which is very, very shocking. Like
Dembele
Pedri
has two
is,
goals this season.
yeah, but a lot of assists, if we're being honest. Not to
Yeah,
demean
yeah.
him, he's,
His creativity was certainly incredible, but two goals
Yeah.
for a winger is not up.
Pedri's goal against Sevilla is the best goal of the season for Barca, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
First,
It was voted as the best goal of La Liga this season.
yeah.
yeah, and
So,
rightfully so. Rightfully so. Well, let's not talk about Pedri. He's our star. He will get a lot of
yeah. The number
talk
10 of
time.
Spain, guys, the
Yeah,
number 10 jersey holder of Spain, by the way, Pedri.
yeah,
Risha, what brother, I move on to you, Sagnik, for this one.
yeah. Go
Do
on.
you think of what do you make of the Pooj situation, Ricky Pooj situation? Because he will definitely leave.
Ricky Puig is the future. I am not joking. He is the future of Celta Vigo or
Ah,
a club like
okay,
Celta Vigo. I'm not
okay.
kidding. I'm not kidding. Look, we're selling Frenkie De Jong for God's sake for sporting reasons. How do you expect to keep Ricky Puig? Like he's approaching his quote unquote prime. He should at least get playtime. He should go out.
Yeah,
Look, he had like one good game under
Ricky Puig
Xavi.
definitely wasted 2 years of his career. Definitely,
Yeah,
last two
fighting
seasons he
with
yeah,
played.
yeah,
Koeman. I think it
He should
was
have left
more.
when Koeman asked him to.
Yeah.
definitely.
And we all hated Koeman, but under Xavi, when he actually played, we get to see why Koeman had benched him. And
No, Ricky
contrary,
Puig's minutes even reduced under Xavi when it was expected that he would
Yeah,
become the next
you're
Iniesta under
right, man.
Xavi.
You're right. I think he's played under Koeman more than he has played under Xavi. You're right.
Yeah, and
You're right.
Xavi also picked him only when there were no other options for Xavi.
Because injuries, no, like Busquets
There
was
were
just
injuries there.
Pedri
Busquets
was
was
injured.
suspended even towards the end of the season. Pedri was out. Gavi was suspended. Then De Jong was suspended. Nico was
Yeah,
injured. That's when Ricky Puig played. Like he was
yeah.
the sixth choice midfielder for Xavi.
yeah, and
Okay,
there's no point for him to stay.
And
yeah.
see, for Ricky Puig's future, I guess we are still yet to decide whether to directly sell him now or actually his contract also ends in 2023 next season only. So we have to make a decision real quick. Like if we want to
I think
directly
he'll
sell
go,
him
man.
now or either to extend his contract and then loan him out.
I think
Like we
he'll
have
go for
heard
like
some
5
rumors
million.
about Celta Vigo, then recently Benfica too,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
who else? Also, he was linked to Gerard Pique's FC Andorra as well.
yeah. You're right. I think many
I
people
don't think
agree.
that will happen. Like you waste 2 years of your career waiting for to get an opportunity, and then you go to a club who has just been promoted to the second division.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Celta Vigo is a good stop for him, but we also
Yeah,
need to see.
Celta is there, Valencia is there. Valencia also they
Yeah,
brought in Gattuso as their new coach.
yeah, exactly. And we're talking about outgoing, so Frankie is gone probably, but not for
Ricky
bad
Puig
reason.
also we
Yeah,
have
Ricky
Frankie De
Puig.
Jong. I really hope that he would become the next big thing at Barcelona, but in 3 seasons, definitely it hasn't happened. And
Yeah,
I
and
guess the club
it's
also
not
fears
looking
that
like it will
if he
happen.
stays for another season and he still underperforms, then the 80 millions which they are supposed to get now, the price might reduce to what, 50 millions or 60 millions by the end of next season. And don't forget that Barcelona invested 86 millions in Frenkie De Jong.
Yeah, so 80 plus some variables for him is
And his
finally something
salary
good.
as
Yeah,
well.
75 millions plus 11 millions in variables, which has been completely paid to Ajax. So
Yeah.
it's 86 millions. And De
Let's
Jong
talk about the
is also one of the highest earners in the squad.
yeah. Let's talk about the next incoming Rishabh
The
from Kessie.
outgoings are still there, na?
Yeah,
Nico
who
is
else?
there.
Nico, I
Busquets
don't
is
want
there.
him to go out, to be honest, Nico, because squad depth. He's the one who will provide
I
squad depth.
think with from Kessie coming in and also Barcelona being linked to someone like a Bernardo Silva, also that Racing Santander player, highly rated, huge hype, Pablo Torre coming in. I
Pablo
think
Torre.
Nico
I'm
will be leaving
excited.
on loan.
I am the
I think
most excited
Nico
for
will leave
Pablo
on
Torre.
loan.
No, but look
I
at it.
am I am the most excited for Pablo Torre. Like I think the only one. Other people will focus on
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva, but I am like the most excited for Pablo Torre. I think he'll do really well.
I guess Nico will leave on loan, maybe to some club which plays in European football in
Yeah,
Spain only,
loan
like
is okay
Real
in my
Betis.
opinion. Yeah, a
Yeah,
I don't
loan for
want
it
him
him
will
to
is
be a
leave.
okay.
loan only. Barcelona see him as a player with a good future, but they can't guarantee him minutes right now, and
Yeah,
rightfully so.
Yeah,
I guess he will accept a loan and won't be a Ricky Puig.
yeah,
yeah, definitely,
alone is okay because hear me out. We have all seen the chemistry between Gavi and Nico when they play together, right?
yeah,
Hmm.
So it's something definitely for the future. If Nico goes out, improves even more, comes back, and
Hmm.
then there's the great partnership Pedri, Gavi, Nico, etc. Firstly, let's talk about Nico. Nico was supposed to be a holding midfielder, according to Barca B experts,
Hmm.
but right now he's very aggressive, very attacking. He matches the line
yeah.
with Gavi. He is like an
Box,
Yeah,
interior.
box.
he has been playing as a box-to-box midfielder mostly.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is great, which is awesome. Like, well, actually, when we look at it at a long-term perspective, our us looking for a Busquets replacement, we were counting on Nico and Jandro. Well, Jandro is plagued with injuries, and Nico is more of a
See,
box-to-box.
just before coming to the stream, the last news I posted was that
yeah, yeah.
Jandro is leaving
Sandro will,
Barcelona.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So it's gonna be really, really hard for us to find another Busquets replacement, especially because Chouameni
Replacing
is also
Busquets is
gone.
impossible. Finding a
yeah,
replacement for Busquets is impossible.
Yeah,
Like apart
yeah.
from Leo Messi, Busquets is the only irreplaceable player you can talk about.
You're right, man. You're right. You're right.
yeah, but
Like,
I'm saying, of course, we'll not replace him exactly, but we need someone to play a holding midfielder role right
Hmm.
after Busquets is gone. Well, that
Hmm.
race for us isn't looking great because Chouameni is also gone to Real
yeah,
Madrid. It's pretty much
Yeah,
done.
Martin Zubimendi can be a good option, and
Yeah,
apparently Xavi
also that
prefers him. And the problem
Argentinian.
with Zubimendi is that he has a 60 million release clause with Real Sociedad.
Yeah, that's a worthy investment, but not right now, I'd say, because we still have Busquets. But yeah,
Yeah, for 2023 we can see it because I don't think Busquets will stay beyond 2023, and that's what we have been hearing in the media as well. And next season will be the legends last at Barcelona.
yeah, sadly
what about
so.
next from Kessie from AC Milan? I think that's for just squad depth, isn't it?
Wait, yeah, yeah, wait, hold on. Any more outgoings? Did we miss any?
I
I
don't think
guess we
so.
talked about Frenkie De Jong, about
Nico and
yeah,
Pools.
Gavi's contract renewal. That situation we can talk about a bit.
Well, Gavi, nobody wants him to leave, but it's a contract situation. It's not really a transfers topic, is it? We're talking
Yeah,
about, yeah, we're talking about contract negotiations. So that may be a topic for the next podcast when we get what Gavi has said about the new clauses that were offered to him yesterday, if I'm not wrong.
yeah.
Uh,
By the time we have the next podcast, it would
yeah, yeah,
most probably be officially announced that guy just
There is
renewed his
optimism.
contract.
No, there is optimism. Like
yeah,
there's just some
By the
days
next
left.
week or after that, I guess it will be done.
yeah,
Yeah,
2027
exactly.
with
some
a 1
days
billion
left.
release clause, just like Pedri, Araujo, and Ansu Fati.
Also, guys, one more thing we can talk about. Like let's talk about first Franck Kessie, then we'll move on to that. When this guy Jorge Mendes or George Mendes, whatever, he visited the club offices, and I think
Hmm.
Bernardo Silva and probably Ruben Neves were also talked about. We can
Hmm.
talk about that later. But let's start with Franck Kessie from AC Milan on a free. I think this is just for squad depth, isn't it?
So Kessie is a good player. Like
He is
we
a
struggle
solid.
with physicality in the match against Eintracht Frankfurt, and a player like
Yeah.
Kessie would have been very useful there.
All
Look,
right.
people might call me a little bit rude when I say, but I would say at Barcelona, Kessie can match Frenkie De Jong's level, just him alone. Like
Yeah, it can
I'm
happen. It
being
can
I'm
definitely
being
happen.
unbiased. Like I love Frenkie, he's a Barca player, but I think if you say for Barca, Frenkie is way better than Frank Kessie. Well, we haven't seen Kessie play right now, but I think he's more promising. He might easily match Frenkie De Jong. Like him alone, that transfer. And we're talking about Bernardo Silva also coming. So this Frenkie De Jong getting sold situation is obviously a win for us, sporting wise and financial wise. So yeah, Rishabh, back to you. You were talking about Kessie.
Yeah, Kessie is the same situation as Andreas Christensen. The deal is completely sealed and signed, and we are just waiting for making some room in the salary structure to be able to register them. And as soon as we are able to make them, we'll definitely announce the signing of Kessie along with Christensen.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
him is 90% done to Barca, and
It's 100% done. Everything is done. Only the official announcement is left.
yeah, so yeah,
It is
you can
already
count
signed.
on him. So Rishabh, let me ask something. Incomings, what we're looking at for after Busquets retires for the holding midfield role. Let's just brush up on the topic since we brought it up earlier. Let's just brush up upon it before moving on.
Hmm.
Who are we looking at in
See,
the following season?
one of the options is Martin Zubimendi of Real Sociedad. And first, we talk about Busquets only. See, next season will most probably be his last, as I already said, and I expect him to move to MLS. Maybe with Jordi Alba will also follow him. Luis Suarez is also going there, and Messi might also go there in maybe even if not next year, in few years. And they'll most probably play for Inter Miami, which is owned by David Beckham. And yeah, so we have to look for a Busquets replacement now. And for this summer, we have other priorities like Lewandowski or a winger if Dembele leaves, a centre back like Koulibaly, and then we obviously have Bernardo Silva if Frenkie De Jong leaves. But for 2023, we definitely have to sign a good single pivot who can replace Busquets. And now coming on to the players who we are scouting, one of them is Martin Zubimendi. And with Zubimendi, he has a 60 million release clause, which I don't think he's a 60 million player, mostly
Yeah,
at
right
40
now he
millions or
isn't. Yeah,
45 millions.
yeah, definitely.
And he is good. He is good. He can be a good replacement for Busquets. But again, negotiating with Real Sociedad won't be easy. And
And the
there
dream
are
is
also talks that he might even extend his contract with the Basque club, and his release clause might also get
and
increased.
there is the dream is Rodri, but that's not gonna happen.
That's not going to happen because you can say that Bernardo is leaving, so why not Rodri? The problem with
Well,
Bernardo is
Rodri
that
is
he's
more
leaving for personal
irreplaceable.
reasons,
Yeah,
and but Rodri doesn't have such problems. Bernardo is leaving only due to personal reasons.
Yeah,
yeah,
because he
He
was
wants to
gonna leave
stay
last
closer
summer.
to his family in of Spain and Portugal, and
Yeah,
he's
and
apparently is not comfortable with life in England and Manchester. That's why.
yeah, I think he wanted to leave last summer also, but it didn't
Yeah,
happen.
and Barcelona certainly didn't have any funds to invest in last summer.
Yeah. So
The
he
only offer which the only club which made an offer for Bernardo Silva last season, it was Atletico Madrid, and it
Atletico
was
de Madrid.
only, yeah, it was only 35 or 40 millions, and Manchester City instantly rejected it.
Yeah, I think also Xavi wants Bernardo Silva. I think he wants a double pivot of Pedri and Bernardo. I think
No,
that's
it
gonna
certainly won't be a double pivot. It would be an interior pairing only because Busquets
interior
will
pairing.
certainly
Yeah,
continue.
yeah, you're right, you're right. So
And
I think that's
Bernardo Silva on the right side, he is just a left-footed Pedri. They're both so similar.
yeah, exactly. And I
yeah,
love
yeah,
him. He's a more matured version of Pedri. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Pedri is only 19 years old, and Bernardo is certainly at his peak now at
yeah,
27.
yeah. There'll be amazing balance in the squad as well. I
I
think it's a
think
good
yeah, if we sign Koulibaly, that Raphinha
Bernardo.
and Bernardo, all three, we are serious UCL contenders. I'd say we have enough squad
Lewandowski
depth.
also.
And
Lewandowski,
Lewandowski,
Yeah,
I
Lewandowski
guess
too.
we'll
Lewandowski
talk
you
about
missed
it
out
later.
on.
Yeah, I wasn't brushing upon it because he's the like the superstar topic of the podcast. But yeah, we are serious
Also, Di
UCL
Maria is
contenders.
certainly a backup option for
Rishabh,
Raphinha.
Rishabh, Rishabh. Forwards are coming. I know we are all
Okay, okay.
excited. Yeah, forwards are coming, guys.
Okay, let's
Stay
talk a
tuned.
bit.
Watch till the
Okay,
end.
okay, we can talk about Bernardo Silva a bit in
Yeah.
detail now.
Yeah, let's talk about him in detail. What financial wise are we looking? What bid are Manchester City looking for? How much do they
I
want?
don't think Manchester City, at least they'll want around 80-85 millions at least.
Yeah, because Pep
And
said, didn't he, that
and
they will have
Barcelona's
a
chances would depend on if they are able to overcome this La Liga financial fair play restrictions and this 3-1 rule. Because with that rule, it's nearly impossible to get someone like Bernardo Silva for that
yeah.
money. But if we
One,
can overcome that with these financial levers, like 500 billions, as Tebas said yesterday, we need 500 billions to make profits, and then we can overcome the 3-1 rule. Then Bernardo Silva can definitely be a possibility.
I think that Barca studios and all of those things, when they happen,
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
deals, only after
The
that we'll
situation will be
know.
more clear after 16 June. We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. So that's
Because
there.
the profits are to be made, the deals are to be closed before 30th. That's when the fiscal year ends for a club.
Yeah, yeah. And
And
Pep
even
also
Frenkie
said,
De Jong's exit that will most probably happen before 30th June only if it has to be happening.
yeah. And the Pep Guardiola also mentioned no recently they will have a hard time when he was asked about Bernardo going to Barcelona.
Hmm.
They will have a
Ah.
difficult time, something on
And
those
then
lines.
Bernardo Silva was also asked about his future after when Portugal played Czech Republic recently. He said that now I'm with the national team. I'll see what happens after I return. But
Yeah, so there's something
he
going
didn't
on.
deny it. Yeah, he didn't deny anything. He was directly asked about Barcelona only, no other club, and he didn't deny anything. I guess there's
Yeah.
something certainly going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's why
definitely.
George Mendes also visited, no, the other day. And one more name, Sagnik, that has been mentioned. I'll ask you first on this, Sagnik. Ruben Neves of Wolves. Also
Too
mentioned
expensive, too expensive.
too
Yeah,
expensive.
I was about to say that. Yeah, plus Kessie and Bernardo Silva excite me a lot more because they are frankly better players in my opinion.
Definitely, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
and we
And we
have
also
enough.
have
Also,
another signing coming in midfield. That's Pablo Torre.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I was going to say. Sagnik, how
look,
excited are you?
I'm gonna tell you something. I have
Yeah,
very little idea about Pablo Torre. I've only seen highlights. Yeah.
Same, same,
So
same. Because he
yeah,
played for Racing Santander in the third division, and now he
yeah,
played a big role in their promotion to the second.
yeah. I
And
think
Pablo Torre, see what is going to happen with Pablo Torre right now is that he'll join preseason with the first team, and depending how he does and the other options in the squad, it will be seen whether he stay with the first team or be registered with Barcelona B.
same story
But
as Pedri.
I personally see that he'll be registered with Barca B, and whenever there is a chance to play in the first team, like there is vacancy or there's a good chance that he'll get some regular minutes, then he'll be in the first team, or else he'll play with Barca B.
I think he'll have a
We
similar
are definitely avoiding another Yusuf Demir like situation. We won't let that
yeah,
of
happen
we
course.
again
should.
But I think he'll
with
have a
Pablo
similar
Torre now.
story like Pedri, guys.
Yeah, that's
Another
also
Pedri.
possible.
Yeah.
The deal is also quite similar. No, both we are paying like 5 millions upfront,
Yeah,
and yes,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
can
and
give it
with
away
that
Exactly.
amount of
very
Another
money,
much.
you
reminiscence.
can't go wrong. With that amount of money, you can't go wrong. What's the worst gonna happen? Worst that's gonna happen? We're gonna sell him later, and yeah, what's the worst that will happen? We'll definitely build a profit at least.
Also,
What I
guys,
saw from Pablo Torre is that he is quite similar to someone like a Christian Eriksen.
Ah, is it? Then it's very promising. Well, then I'm pretty
He's
excited.
excellent from set pieces, especially.
Yeah, so
also,
yeah, he'll be worth watching definitely, especially in the
also
preseason matches.
one more name should be mentioned. Emre Demir from that Turkish club, who's gonna be.
Yeah, Emre Demir. There was a lot of hype after he was signed for Barca, but since then I haven't heard much about him.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think he'll
it's
be
kind of
Barca
died
B
down.
only. He won't
Yeah,
get the
he'll be
first.
with Barca B only. He won't be with Barcelona,
Yeah,
the first
speaking of
team.
Barca B, I mean, we should not brush
Yeah,
upon Barca
actually,
B.
yeah.
There are
We won't be calling Barca B from next season. It will be Barca
Barca
Athletic.
Athletic.
yeah,
Yes.
also so many great defenders in Barca B. Fabian Ruiz, and then this guy, this new guy. The greatest young defenders in the world are in Barcelona and in Barcelona B. So the future is looking very bright. Like Bernard.
Definitely.
So here it goes. The Wolves player, the Ruben Neves. This is why we shouldn't pay even a single dime for him, because we already have such homegrown talents, and it just makes no sense. So yeah, Barca B should. I mean, right now they're underperforming, but hopefully next season they'll be as formidable as they used to be. But that's for a
At
different
least they
video.
should be aiming for promotion to the second division. That's where they should
Yeah,
be.
Yeah,
Segunda División. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because given the talent they have right now in the squad, they should definitely be in the Segunda. But that's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
topic for a different video. Who else is incoming? I think we have covered all midfield
yeah,
related.
yeah. We just covered.
Yeah,
Let's move on to the forward,
Anyone else
Sagnik, the
left?
best segment,
Uh,
and let's address the elephant in the room. Sagnik, I'm going to go to first to you.
yeah,
Lewandowski.
yeah. One word, of course, is great. Depending
of
on Rishabh, will he be willing to take a wage cut?
He will
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. Like he
Yeah,
earns now right now at Bayern Munich around 22 millions plus some variables, which takes his salary to 25 millions. But I guess he'll certainly be open to reducing his salary, but I don't expect much because it will be the
Yeah,
last big contract of his career.
yeah,
Like he's
yeah.
entering the twilight years, and that's what it is. But still, I expect him to reduce it to somewhat like 18 or 20 billions.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I bet
And the
you,
openness which the Lewandowski has shown in the public, his desire to join Barcelona
yeah,
by
he has
leaving
a
Bayern
house.
Munich,
Yeah,
it
he
has
has
been
a house in
incredible.
Spain. He speaks a little bit of Spanish, and all that fiasco with him calling Bayern not a serious club, and
No, he
apparently
didn't
that
say
was
that. He
a,
didn't say
yeah,
that.
it
That
was
was
a translation
misinterpreted.
mistake. Yeah, all that fiasco,
And
etc.
even last week, Lewandowski said that no other offer was valued by him apart from that of Barcelona.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No other clubs.
Like we
He
heard
genuinely
rumors
wants
about
to join
Chelsea,
Barca.
about PSG, but no, only Barcelona.
I think also Xavi has spoken to him, hasn't he? To Lewandowski, has
Yeah,
called him several times.
Xavi almost talks to each and every transfer target which Barcelona has. It happened with Kessie, with Christensen, even with Ferran
With
Torres in
others
January,
also. Yeah.
Aubameyang, Adama Traore, everyone.
Yeah,
Traore is going to go
guys,
back to
by the
Wolves.
way,
Yeah,
yeah,
Traore is going back.
outgoings. We didn't speak about outgoings. Number one, Dembele, he's leaving for free, freeing up a massive wage bill. How much wages is he gonna free up, Rishabh?
See, I saw a rumor somewhere that since Dembele is leaving as a free agent, we won't be able to count his wages as a profit.
What?
I don't know if it's don't know how reliable that is, but I read it somewhere.
Okay. In
That's
the
pretty
books, you mean it would
disappointing.
be.
And this is why even after Messi's departure, we were not able to free up a massive hole in the wage cap.
Oh, yeah, you're right, you're right. So it'll be the same
Yeah,
with
makes
Dembele.
sense. Makes sense. Well, that's
And
pretty disappointing, but
But with Dembele, I don't know what he is up to because the way Xavi has treated him, even the Barcelona board, the new board,
I think
obviously
his
not the older
agent,
one.
no. It's Sissoko, right? It's not
he
Dembele,
wants
it's not.
money.
If
Let's
you
be
if you
honest.
don't have control over your career, then you can't be a good player. Because even Araujo's agent was somewhat pushing for a bigger offer, but Araujo accepted Barcelona's offer. You have to
Yeah.
have authority over your agent. You are the one who is paying him, and not the other way around.
Also, I'll just
But
take a
in, but
moment
in
here.
Dembele's case, it is such that Dembele's agent is
Yeah.
controlling the player, and
Actually, I
not
should have
Dembele
started with
controlling
this,
him.
Rishabh. We'll take a moment here to just pay some respect to Luke De Jong, who has scored some crucial goals for us.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
he's very, very professional. He has scored some last minute goals for us,
Hmm.
because of which we have been able to finish second. So we have to pay a lot of respect, Sagnik,
And
for Luke.
the way the way Luke De Jong transformed his situation around,
Yeah.
it's been
And he's
incredible.
been
Like I
very
remember
professional,
him
extremely
being booed at
professional.
Barcelona at the Camp Nou after he came in, but
Yeah.
the last day when we lost to Villarreal, he was literally appreciated a lot by the fans.
And guys, Kuman was right. He's more threatening than Neymar in the air. I mean, who would have
Not even in
thought of
on
that?
the air, on the ground even he's more threatening
Yeah.
than Neymar. Neymar
So
is finished, let us be honest.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
most players reach
So
their
even
peak at 25.
even on a professional level, Luke De Jong is certainly much better than Neymar.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Even
he has
the great
a
player
very low
Neymar
work
is,
ethic.
no
Yeah,
one
yeah.
can deny that he has been unprofessional throughout most of his
Definitely.
career.
Luke De Jong has been wonderful, guys. Moving on, the next
moving on to our next outgoing player, which is Youth Kla, who is out. He has
yeah,
That's
been,
already
Club
official.
yeah,
He has already moved to Club Brugge.
yeah.
yeah,
Wish him a great bit of success there because
Yeah,
Club
yeah.
Brugge, as we
He
know,
started
is
well
he
with us, man. He started well with us.
Barcelona B stayed up in the third division, and that's largely thanks to Ferran Jutgla. Because
Yeah,
yeah,
if you take out his contributions, then Barcelona B
yeah.
certainly they would have been relegated to the fourth division.
Another player who we pay our respects to and wish him good luck for the future. The
Also,
next
Adama
Sagnik.
Traore too. He took a big wage cut and he rejected
Yeah, yeah.
offers from Tottenham Hotspur and came to Barcelona to help us.
And his
It certainly didn't
performance against
work
Atletico
out as
Madrid.
well he would have expected. Like he had some good games in the beginning against Atleti, against Napoli, but certainly after that, when the Bellis sparked into form, then Adama Traore's role certainly
Yeah.
reduced, and he didn't play that well as well.
Yeah.
But
Also,
again, respect to him, and we wish him all the best.
Sagnik, I'm going to ask you this question first. The next incoming Raphinha from Leeds.
Yeah, but
Thoughts?
we have a little bit more of outgoings, don't we?
Do we?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, Memphis Depay's topic is also
yeah,
left.
yeah.
Yeah, his future is uncertain. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, his future is uncertain, and if a forward like Lewandowski arrives, I certainly don't see Memphis Depay staying.
and what about
Maybe
Fati?
Barcelona
What
will.
expectations do you guys have from him? Ansu
I
Fati.
think Fati has to have a season like what Vinicius Junior had for Real Madrid this season. Then only I can say
Yeah,
about Fati, because if he
yeah,
has
yeah.
another injury-prone seasons, I have definite doubts about him. Big doubts about him.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
We have
right.
se- we
100%.
have seen trailers of how good he can be, but the consistency hasn't been there.
I think he'll
So
be
many
key for this
injuries,
season.
we certainly don't know what will happen with him.
I think we'll see the best of Fatih because the World Cup is coming also in a few months' time now. I think he
Yeah,
has to
next
now.
season will be very important for Ansu Fati. Like
Yeah,
if he
yeah,
plays 50 goals,
yeah,
50 matches in the season, I have no doubts that he'll score at least 35, 40 goals. But
yeah,
he
yeah.
first needs to play
Because of
those
the
50
World Cup,
games.
I think it's going to be key for him. Although he's not gotten any game time as of now
Hmm.
under Luis Enrique currently in the current international break. But let's see. But I
Hmm.
think this season
See,
Fatih really has to.
Luis Enrique clearly says that he won't take any risk with Fati. He's just
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the squad to have those feelings back again, to be with
yeah.
the group, to be a part of it, and
But this season
that's
is
it.
key because of the World Cup and stuff. So let's see what happens on that
Hmm.
front.
We'll
Oh,
see
I
how he does during the preseason now.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. And we've covered the outgoings, haven't we?
Hmm.
Wait, we didn't talk about Adama Traore in detail. He'll just go back to Wolves, right?
Yeah,
There
yeah,
is,
yeah.
Yeah,
there,
he'll go back to Wolves, and his contract with Wolves also ends in 2023. So
yeah,
I guess he'll be moving to somewhere else, some better club than
Yeah,
Wolves.
yeah. I
Maybe
don't
Tottenham
think
Hotspur
we are at Wolves.
can come back for him again.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Abde and Akomak are back to be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a good chance that Abde might be in the first team next season.
Yeah, yeah. There's a good chance.
And Elias has already been promoted from UNI A to Barcelona B. Barca Athletic, as they will be called from next season
yeah.
onwards.
And any forward loans who are coming back. What about that guy Trincao? I think his buy
Poor
option
thing.
isn't gonna get triggered. What do you
No, no,
think?
no. Wolves will definitely not buy him for 24 millions. And there are
Yeah,
some rumors about a move to Sporting Lisbon. And it might be a loan only, but with a 15 or 20 million buy option for them. But I personally still hope that Leeds would somewhere come in. I mean, Barcelona will offer Trincao and some cash for Raphinha, and Leeds would accept it. That would be a dream for me.
I think Collado is also coming back, no? So let's
yeah.
see what happens with him in
Kolar should
preseason.
Collado,
join
I
Youth
won't say,
Glad
man.
Bruges.
Even
Collado,
Eintracht Frankfurt were linked to having some
Collado.
interest in Collado. I don't see him staying at Barca. I
yeah,
don't see
definitely
it.
not.
So he might be used in the Raphinha deal as well. Might be, right? We'll
Yeah, if
see.
But
Leeds are interested.
Leeds would also be open to it, right? And I don't see that happening, because if Leeds get like 60 millions or 65 millions from a club like Arsenal, why would they go for a player like
Yeah,
Collado or maybe
Raphinha
Trincao?
also where he wants to play, right? So he wants on the player as well. So let's
Yeah.
see.
Rafinha has shown, by the way, moving on to the topic Pulkit brought up some time ago. Rafinha, what I think about it. He is, what do I say, little less talented version of Dembele, but of course, that's because he played for Leeds United. Not if when he comes to Barca, I'm pretty sure he will match his levels, if not surpass it. Well, number one, he can finish. Unlike Dembele, he can finish.
You don't
He
say.
almost carried Leeds alone, so I am pretty excited for Rafinha. He has shown clear interest in Barcelona, and
But again, the
sadly,
problem is the same. Leeds United want
yeah,
too much money.
exactly.
Barcelona already have a
Sadly,
personal agreement on personal terms with Rafinha and his agent Deco.
yeah.
And
Deco.
if Leeds would have been relegated, we would have already signed Rafinha by now.
Exactly. Sadly, they didn't get relegated thanks to
And
disaster
Yeah.
class.
Rafinha was the one who got man of the match in the final match against
Yeah, yeah.
Brentford.
Yeah,
Was
Against
it?
Brentford it was,
He
I think.
scored the penalty and had a great game that day.
Yeah, yeah. Brentford. Yeah, yeah. And
yeah.
also, just adding to what you said, Saknik, he's very talented and stuff, and he can finish, so he'll be a good addition for our team. So, yeah, it'll be a good thing. I forgot what I wanted to say actually. So, yeah,
But the money Arsenal are offering for Rafinha, like 60, 65 million, I don't see him
Hmm.
worth 65 millions, frankly. And
Yeah, he's apparent. In my opinion, he's a player worth around 45 or 50 millions,
Yeah,
not more than
I think
that.
also Rishabh, like in with Leeds, like remember, Leeds play an open style of play under Bielsa, of
Hmm.
course, right?
And you get more spaces in the Premier League as compared to La Liga. And La
Yeah,
Liga, most of the clubs just sit back, defend with 10 men behind the
yeah, yeah,
ball. That
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
happen in the Premier League.
So and with Barca, if Raphinha does end up at Barca at the Camp Nou, he'll play in a possession-based high press system, which will be very
Hmm.
different from what Leeds, what he's used to playing with Leeds. So I think he can show his talent there.
See, he
Uh,
has been very good with the Brazilian national team too.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, he's
definitely.
very
So
And
good.
I
Yeah.
don't
of
think
course,
if he
for
moves
him
to a big club
also,
like Barcelona, it will be a big problem for him. I don't think
Imagine
so.
two Brazilians killing it in La Liga, Vinicius and Raphinha with their
Rafinha.
respective.
And yeah, it will be the World Cup will be to watch out for Rafinha as well. We have to
Definitely,
watch how he
definitely,
plays.
definitely.
Maybe
And
he becomes a
then
star
talking about
player.
yeah, and then talking about possible backup options for Rafinha, one of them is certainly Angel Di Maria.
Yeah,
I
Di
don't think Di
Maria.
Maria is a bad
Abde
option.
also, right? Abde also, if he
I don't
brings.
think it's a bad option for me.
Yeah, if he takes a wage cut, Di Maria.
He is 34 years old, but we saw him in the Finalissima against Italy. How good he can still be,
Yes, yes.
Yeah, look,
Man, he's
we
doing things for PSG, man. I'm not very sure. It's PSG. It's a
and for
it's a
the
French.
Real Madrid player too.
Yeah, and it's a
yeah.
French league. I mean, my
But
grandmother can score like a
Xavi
hundred goals
definitely wants a creative winger, and Di Maria is certainly one of the best creators in the
Yeah,
world.
one of the
there.
best
Even
right wingers in the world, full stop, period. He's one of the best right wingers in the world. He has been
yeah,
a little bit inconsistent due to his injuries, but maybe with Barca's latest medical team, that won't be an
even
issue.
Rishabh's, Sarnik, what I think that Rishabh's toy Barbie can score like 100 goals in the French league.
I think Rishabh doesn't have
It
a
doesn't
toy
happen like
Barbie,
that.
Yeah,
See,
but
that the same thing was expected of Messi, but he
Messi,
ended up
yeah.
with 6 or 7 goals.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I blame
The,
Pochettino
the
for
thing
that.
in the thing in the French league is that there is no technicality at all. The players just they like tackling and
It's
fouling, and that's
FIFA.
it in the French
It's
league.
basically FIFA.
Ah,
Barbaric type of football.
yeah,
But
you're right. You're
but
right.
with Zidane coming in, maybe PSG's style quality of play will improve. So,
PSG have a good style of play. Even under Thomas Tuchel, they played a good variety of football.
but not
But
under the
you have to look at
Pochettino
the other 19
trash.
teams also.
Yeah,
There is no other quality. Other 19 teams combined don't have as much as spending
All right,
capacity
guys.
and a wage cap compared to
Sarnik,
PSG.
yeah, we're drifting from topic a
Sarnik.
little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, Sarnik, your question for you, man.
yeah.
If we do sign Rafinha and Levy, yeah, your ideal front three.
Ideal front three, it would be Lewandowski as striker, Ferran Torres on the left wing, inverted winger, and on the right wing I'll have Raphinha. Easy. It's
So no
not.
Fati,
No, of course not, because who will Fatih replace in this front three? Who will
Rafinha,
Fatih?
man. I
Rafinha,
would
but
go
Fatih cannot
for
play on the left, right wing, right? Can he play on the right wing? Like,
no, no,
I'm
no.
not sure.
Don't think so.
Ferran Torres on the right,
Ferran Torres on
Fati
the
on the
right.
left,
Yeah,
and
Ferran Torres can play on the right,
Levy.
but Ferran is right-footed. So I would much prefer to have him as an inverted winger
But
who can cut in and
he
finish.
has even under Xavi, if you've noticed, he has played good on the right than on the left, right? So I would rather have Ferran on the right, Fati on the left, and Levy leading the line for me
Yeah,
personally.
that would work as well.
For
That's
me, Lewandowski would be the only regular starter, and then we'll see according to the situation who will
Oba,
start
right?
him.
Oba
yeah,
and Levy.
we
Aubameyang
can.
is a good backup option for
By the
Lewandowski,
way,
definitely.
yeah. By the way, we can also play with a two center forward formation. Like there's Lewandowski and Ferran, Fati, and Aubameyang. All three can play as a second striker.
And who will create in that case?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, some the midfield, the midfield will create.
But I think that'll be weird because then we'll have a 4-4-2 wherein Pedri
No,
won't
no,
be his
no, no,
first
no,
choice,
no, no,
right?
not a 4-4-2. Like not the Atletico style 4-4-2, but we can have wingers who track back,
Dude,
right?
Atletico plays with an 11-0 formation. That's not a
Yeah,
4-4-2. That's 11-0
yeah. Well,
formation.
yeah, you have a point. But I think two center forwards would be what do I say? Too many cooks spoil the dish kind of
Yeah,
situation because four
yeah.
attackers at once. I don't know.
And your
Uh,
ideal back line, Sagnik. with Christensen or in the
Is
team,
Koulibaly there? Like,
Koulibaly, we can add him as well. So
well, the centre back position is looking, centre back situation is looking pretty good, you know. PK, Araujo, both world class at the moment. There is also Koulibaly who's coming in. Christensen is a great player for rotation. For the right back position, we're probably getting Aspilicueta. So that's also great. So left back, right back is fixed. Like left back Jordi Alba, right back is Aspilicueta.
Spanish fullback situation, yeah.
Yeah, and the centre backs, we can put in anyone from the three, you know, PK, Araujo, and
I'll have
Koulibaly.
Koulibaly and Araujo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
wait.
Koulibaly and Araujo.
1 second, 1 second. We forgot to address Eric Garcia. What's his situation looking like? He's gonna stay
He's
with
nothing
Barca.
like he'll
Yeah,
definitely be staying.
Will
yeah,
stay. I'll have Koulibaly and Araujo and Aspi and Alba as my fullbacks.
yeah.
So yeah.
It's great. It's great. The backline is looking perfect. The only spot on the team that's concerning me for future seasons is the holding midfield position. Apart from that, I
Yeah,
think
but
the team is pretty sorted.
I
And
mean, man, Real Madrid have Kamavinga and Chouameni. It's crazy.
yeah, they also have Valverde, who is
And
pretty
Casemiro
consistent.
is only like 10 or 30 years old. He's not even that old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Casemiro looks very old, but he actually isn't. It's very confusing with this guy.
Casemiro is the only player who has gotten away with murder in football, man.
Yeah,
Like, actually.
Even what Modric is doing, even at the age of 36, it's quite
Yeah,
incredible.
man.
yeah,
Definitely.
Modric, even Tony Cruz, you
I'm
know.
sure that even if Iniesta was here at this age, he would have done wonders and been better than
See, both
Modric.
these are different times. I don't see why people keep comparing Iniesta and Luka
Not
Modric.
comparing, not
Both have
comparing.
been great.
Comparing the longevity, not the
Both have been great,
secondary.
definitely. Both are legends of the game. But when
Yeah,
Iniesta was at the peak of his powers, Modric was a nobody. And when Modric is at the peak of his powers, now Iniesta
Yeah,
is enjoying his life in Japan.
Iniesta
yeah.
has
Simply accept
completed
it.
football.
Arigato from Japan.
Definitely.
Iniesta has
Iniesta
lifted
literally
every
scored
trophy.
the most important goal in Spain's history.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
And in Barca's history also, man, Chelsea. Although that game was rigged, apparently the referee was a stupid one. But anyway, also we've addressed the front and the back line. So what about the middle of the park? I think it's
L-
Pedri, Gavi, and Busquets for now.
yeah, definitely. Wait, Bernardo Silva, bro.
Oh,
Pedri, Bernardo,
yeah. If
and
if we if
Busquets.
we do get up,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
get him.
This is what the next season will look like. So,
Busquets, Bernardo, and Pedri. Then is it?
yeah, yeah, definitely. Pedri on the left and Bernardo on the right.
Why is Rishabh smiling like crazy, or is his video frozen?
His video is frozen, but on that note, I think
This is
we have
hilarious.
completed the podcast.
This is
I
hilarious, Rishabh, man. This is
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's pretty hilarious. I'm
I
not gonna
love
lie.
it. I love
Yeah.
it so much. He's looking at. It's like the fan is looking at Barca, playing
No,
like
no,
wonder.
no, no. He's looking at the future of Barca, the Barca
Yeah,
squad lineup after the transfer window.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
It is
he's
so
looking
funny
at.
when screenshot of this. Your
Wait,
voice is gone,
he's
Rishabh, but
back.
he's gone.
He's back. But guys, I think
Uh,
we should just wrap up the podcast. And
yeah,
there
we.
goes the alignment of the screen. I'm sorry, guys, but we're
Such a
gonna
funny
have to,
end, man. Such
yeah,
a
we're gonna
hilarious
have
end.
to end the podcast on this note. Please don't mind what you see on your screen. It's just Rishabh has left the meeting and OBS has screwed up the alignment. But
Yeah,
we are definitely gonna see you guys more often now that
yeah,
the channel is back on track.
yeah,
So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna just edit in Pulkit's face for the farewell and a random
yeah.
position, and now you can see Pulkit. So everybody, goodbye. See you again
Goodbye,
on our
guys.
next
Bye
episode. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys again very, very soon. Goodbye.